Alrighty guys, welcome back for another Dokkan Battle video, and today we are going to be looking at the new data download that just dropped over here on Global. We're going to be going over all the new units, the EZA unit, as well as, very surprisingly I would have to say, the new top legendary summon banner that is going to be coming over here on Global Dokkan. Now as you can see here, the awakenings for Demigra, Toa, and Mira, as well as I do believe the EZA for Mass Saiyan are all going to drop on the 8th, as it says right here, 10:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And actually, no, that's not what I wanted to do, but Turles over here, the newest top legendary summon banner, is going to be dropping on the 16th at also 10:30 Pacific Standard Time. Now, if we take a look at it, okay, so the 16th is, wow, next Tuesday. So Turles is going to be dropping around this area. Basically, I would have to say on the 17th, because again, unless you're like staying up to summon on Turles, which again, I'll talk about that in a bit, you're probably not going to see him on the 16th. You're probably going to see him on the 17th, and then heading over here. Again, we're going to go over all these units, all their passives, all their details. I did briefly go over them before, but again, I wanted to dedicate their own video kind of talking about what is going to be coming over here to Global Dokkan. Now, I think probably the biggest thing for us is going to be the new EZA for this Dark Mass Saiyan. Now, this Mass Saiyan unit, of course, is a very, very good unit. Just like with all the recent EZAs, they have all been really, really good, extremely impressive. As we take a look at him, he is all types, 3 key, 80% to stats. Again, leader skill is pretty arbitrary. It's not really important. On his super attack, he now raises attack and defense and lowers attack and defense, which for many players out there who still have yet to complete Extreme Tech, either Super Battle Road or Extreme Super Battle Road, I would say this is going to be a very, very good unit for that, because again, he's raising attack and defense, which is very beneficial, as well as lowering it, which is going to be something that is going to be super useful in Super Battle Road, as we all know. He gets 100% attack and defense at the start of turn, which is really impressive. He gets 1 key and an additional 50% attack when facing 2 or fewer enemies, and an additional 1 key and 30% attack and defense when only facing 1 enemy. Now, this does hinder him a bit, where again, if you're in Extreme Super Battle Road or just regular Super Battle Road, if you get unlucky with your fights and you get, say, 3 or more, then you're really not going to see this part of his passive activate all that much. Especially if you're in Extreme Super Battle Road, because again, the enemies hit really hard, but again, they're very squishy, so rounds don't really last all that long. It's like maybe 2-4 turns that they last, but even then, getting to 4 turns is actually pretty rare. So this is going to be a bit of a bummer. Unless you get him in maybe slot 3 or 2, where then you could, say, kill an enemy, you could probably see one of these activate, probably this part where he gets the extra attack. But, you know, realistically, I would say this Mass Saiyan is going to be better suited for, you know, Infinite Dragon Ball History, Dokkan Battlefield, Legendary Goku event, where, again, his stacking is going to be at its greatest power, as well as getting this additional key and attack and defense, as well as this extra attack, because again, it says 2 or fewer enemies, so that also implies if you're fighting 1 enemy, he's going to get that extra attack as well. And then going over his links, I would say he is pretty shafted link-wise, especially because they decided to give him over 9,000. And Berserker. Berserker's a nice link. It gets 30% attack. The issue is you have to be under 50% HP, which is super stupid, because again, that's not a link you're going to have activate very often, because you're really not trying to get under 50% HP. And then over 9,000, again, decent link, 10% attack and defense. The biggest issue with that one is no one really has that link other than LR, Vegeta, and Nappa. But that's about it, so I mean, if you get it to level 10 and you run them with Vegeta and Nappa, you know, that's not a bad combo, but again, you're almost never going to see this. And then his categories: Pure Saiyans, Time Travelers, Goku's Family, Crossover, Mind and Body Erosion. I would say it's a nice buff to this really small and really bad category, the Mind and Body Erosion category. And then, of course, a huge buff to every single one of these, especially Extreme Tech, because again, Extreme Tech is easily the worst typing in the game right now. It always gets shafted out of units, you know, and the Dokkan Fest transforming Janemba that came with the PyCon, I mean, he's decent, but, you know, after seeing, you know, The Truth do a couple videos on him and other content creators taking him into some events, you know, they could have done him a lot better, but again, that's just nitpicking at that point. So again, this is Dark Mask Saiyan. Again, he's a very, very good unit. His Extreme ZA, or Extreme Z Battle, is weak to Revenge, which is led by Dokkan Fest AGL Bardock. So again, I'm going to put my Bardock as my friend unit during that time, just so that anybody who wants to take it on can do so. And then taking a look at the next unit, we're going to be discussing Mira. Now this Mira, I think, is also fairly decent and probably the better of the three. Not in terms of, say, like supporting, but more in the realm of like defensive and attack purposes, because again, he also raises attack and defense. So again, another stacker, which is going to be very helpful for newer players out there, though I don't suggest you summon on their banner, and we'll take a look at that and, you know, why you shouldn't do that. So his passive, he gets 100% attack and defense, so already very good. Oh, no, oh, never mind. He gets 100% attack and defense when performing a super attack, so you really want to run him in slot 2 or 3. He gets an extra 30% attack when all allies attacking in the same turn are extreme class, and then he gets an extra ki with each super attack performed, up to 3. That's pretty good because again, he gives himself ki, and then performs absorption when conditions are met. So overall, fairly decent unit. Again, this extra attack buff is a little bit limited in that, again, you want to like run this guy with only extreme type units, but, you know, based on the, you know, the category teams he's on, that's really not going to be that hard. Again, power absorption, Kamehameha might not be as easy to get it off, just because again, most of the Kamehameha units are super class. Artificial life forms for sure, time travelers again for sure. Transformation boost, that's Cooler's team, so that's going to be an easy one. Same thing with androids and resurrected warriors. So if he's under 60% HP, which again is better than 50%, that's for sure, he transforms starting from the 4th turn. And then actually quickly looking at his links, I mean, this is another example of Shaft. Again, demonic power, almost no one has that except like Demon King Piccolo. Xenoverse, again, only other Dragon Ball Xenoverse units are going to have it, but I mean, looking at it, Android Assault gives defense, Xenoverse, pretty good link as well. I think, does he have full 7 links? No, he only has 6. So, I guess that's a little shaft you can say right there. They should have probably given him maybe Shattering the Limit, you know, just because why not? But, you know, it is what it is. So then when he transforms, he becomes Mira Final Form. This is Mira Super Saiyan Form. I believe this is the final boss for Xenoverse 2, if I'm not mistaken. Again, I haven't played Xenoverse, but I do believe he's the final boss. I know that for sure. He is a final boss. And then when he's in his Super Mira form, he raises attack only, so he loses the defensive stacking. He gets 120% attack and defense when performing a super attack. He has a medium chance, which is now a 30% chance, of launching an additional super attack, because again, before it could either have been 25 or 30, but now they fixed it to now all medium chances are 30%. He gets 3 ki and launches. Oh, he gets 3 ki and an additional 30% attack when all allies attacking in the same turn are extreme class, and an extra 5% attack and defense per extreme class ally on your team. So again, he's going to want to run on a full extreme class team, a full extreme class build, because again, he's going to get an extra, I believe, 30% attack and defense from that if you're running a full extreme class build. And then the link that he gets is Nightmare for now. You know, now he has all 7 links. Next up is, I believe, yep, Demigra. I actually had this guy, I think, almost rainbowed. But again, I was a newer player and I really wanted to have more space in my box, so I unknowingly actually bobbed him. So now I no longer have a Demigra. And that ruined my chances of actually being able to showcase him, because I was fairly new and I wanted box space, so I was like, you know what, I don't even use him, so goodbye. Probably the biggest mistake in my life now that I'm looking back on that. But anyways, Mira, he's all types 3 key, 70% to stats. I forgot to go over Mira's. He's physical 3 key, 90%. And, okay, so Demigra causes supreme damage with a 30% chance of stunning the enemy. Yep, for 2 turns, very, very good. So I would go full additionals for him. Again, this is going to be extremely useful for Extreme Int, you know, for Super Battle Road and all those other hard modes in game. He gets 120% attack and defense. He gets an extra 60% attack and defense when all allies attacking in the same turn are Extreme class. So again, I feel like all these units, again, you want to run them on a pure Extreme class build. Again, with the teams that they're on, that's not going to be very hard, except for maybe Final Trump card might be a little tricky. But again, all these other builds, Realm of Gods, Resurrected Warriors, again, no one really runs Giant Form, so I'm not even going to mention it. But Time Travelers, it's going to be fairly easy. He has a high chance of stunning the attacked enemy. This is probably only for 1 turn, and it's a 50% chance. Turns into Giant Form when conditions are met. He has a 50% chance of turning into the Giant Form when HP is 60% or less once only. I would have preferred if they made this maybe 2 or 3 times. Again, just because, again, Giant Forms are so weak now, and honestly, they need a really, really big buff. And then his links, Big Bad Bosses, I think is the biggest one. You for sure want to get this to level 10 in order to actually have this guy be usable and actually good. For sure you want to get that active. Brainiacs, again, good defensive link as well as good attack. Xenoverse, again, you want to run them with the Xenoverse units to get that extra 10% defense at full level 10 links. And then, again, Fear and Faith, which is not the best, but again, it gives key. And then in his Giant Form, which honestly looks pretty badass, but I think, I mean, I'm not sure, but I think this is the boss from the Xenoverse, like the first game. I mean, I could be wrong, so for sure tell me down in the comments down below if you have played Xenoverse. I think he is the boss for Xenoverse, or maybe the boss in one of the Dragon Ball Heroes games, but like I said before, I really don't know. So his super attack, he has, what, a 20% chance of stunning in his Giant Form, and then his passive, when he's in his Giant Form, he gets an extra key per key sphere. So if he gets int once, he gets 3 key. If he gets a regular key sphere, he gets 2 key. So that's Demigra. And now Toa. Now Toa, again, just with the same thing going over with Mass Saiyan. Huge buff to Extreme Tech. She's easily now one of their better support type units there. Again, her leader skill is not the best, so I wouldn't... Actually, no, she's pretty good if you're trying to do, like, nuking events. 15% attack and defense per key sphere obtained. But Candy Vegito has a better one, so I would much rather run Candy Vegito over her. Her super attack causes supreme damage, lowers defense, and seals. Again, the sealing part is going to be very useful, again, for the more difficult content in the game. The greatly lowers defense is really stupid. They should have made it just greatly lowers attack and defense just to make her even more better. Okay, she gives all allies 3 key, instantly very good, especially if you're talking about LR Tech Broly, who, again, being on Extreme Tech is going to be a huge buff to him, because, again, Broly usually struggles for key, so, again, this passive where she gives key is going to be very, very good. She gets 5% attack and defense per Extreme Class ally on the team, so 30% attack and defense if you're running a full Extreme Class team. She gets 100% attack and defense when all allies attacking in the same turn are Extreme Class, so, yeah, Toa is probably the most heavily restricted in that if you want her to even have decent attack and defense, you have to have her on a full Extreme Class build. But like I said before, on these teams, except for maybe Peppy Gals and Siblings Bond, yeah, you're probably only going to run her on Time Travelers now looking at her categories, because Battle of Wits is mostly Super Class. Crossover, again, the leader is a Super Class unit, so that's really going to hinder her. And then, again, Peppy Gals is mostly Super Class units. So, again, this Toa, I mean, she's a good unit, but she's going to be restricted basically to Time Travelers. And then her links, again, Demonic Power. At least she'll be able to share that with Mira, I believe, is the one who has it. Yeah, Demonic Power. Yeah. And then she has Solid Support. Again, another link that really she didn't need. Scientist, which is actually pretty good. 2 key, 20% defense, but again, most of these links are not very common. Fear and Faith, Xenoverse, and then Fierce Battle. And then going over the big boy himself is LR Turles. Now, I'm just going to start this off by saying LR Turles is easily one of the best units in the game. And I know that usually gets thrown out, you know, all the time now. But seriously, this guy is one of the best. Turles is an absolute monster, and another buff to STR, which didn't need it, but here we go. So he's Terrifying Conquers, 4 key, 130% to stats, and Extreme STR, 4 key and 100% to stats. His 12 key causes colossal damage with a medium chance of stunning, so a 30% chance, and then on his 18 key, Crushing Massacre, he raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes mega colossal damage with a high chance of stunning the enemy, and that is also a 2-turn stun. His passive, he gets 130% attack and defense. He gives Terrifying Conquerors allies 3 key and 30% attack and defense, so one of the best support type buffs in game, because again, he gives 3 key. He gets 6 key and is effective against all types when the target enemy is stunned. So again, this is more rather a Super Battle Road based effect again, because most Dokkan events and Legendary Goku events and Infinite Dragon Ball History events make it so that the bosses cannot be stunned. And he's effective against all types, and he has a high chance, which is going to be a 50% chance when launching an okay, wait. let me start over. So he's going to be effective against all types, and he has a high chance of launching an additional super attack when he has 24 key. So again, 24 key is basically where you want this Turles at. But again, with the fact that if you run Turles' team, he's going to be giving himself 8 key at the start of turn. Plus, again, he gives himself the 3 key buff from his passive. And then along with this active skill, where he gets guaranteed 24 key for 1 turn. Active skill Freed of the True of Might can be activated when HP is 60% or less, starting from the 8th turn from the start of battle. So, basically, either 8 turns pass from the start of battle, or you fall under 60% HP, and the great thing about this active skill is that you can use it twice, which is going to be very, very good, and probably the first of its kind, an active skill that can be used twice. Now, his links are also what allow this unit to be absolutely disgusting. He has Thirst for Conquest, which again, extra attack and defense, big bad bosses, another attack and defensive buff. He has Prepared for Battle, another attack and defensive buff, as well as Key. Brutal Beatdown, another attack buff. Destroyer of the Universe, even another attack and defensive buff. And then Fierce Battle and then Legendary Power are all attack links. But again, I think you're getting the point. Turles is going to hit very hard, especially if you're running him with another Turles, especially to get the Destroyer of the Universe link, which is a 25% attack link and a 15% defensive link. And then, of course, you factor that with his LR stats. 13k defense with 130k defense. This guy is going to be close to maybe 200k defense, maybe 150k defense, depending on how many dupes he has. And then again, with 20k attack, this Turles is going to be putting like 4 or 5 million attack stats. And then if you get all 24 key, he's going to be super effective against all types. So again, Turles is very, very good. You know, there's no way that you can even, say that Turles is bad by any means. No. Turles is absolutely disgusting, especially when you run him with the AGL Turles that transforms, and the one that I'm talking about is the Dokkan Fest one that leads movie bosses. Of course, now that they're starting to EZA Dokkan Fest, the original Dokkan Fest category leaders, I would expect that guy to get an EZA, and when he does, it's going to be an absolutely disgusting one, because again, the fact that you can now run this LR with a TUR Turles is going to be absolutely ridiculous. And now taking a look at Turles' banner, this is his top legendary summon banner. This is what it looked like on JP. I would say this is an absolute skip. I know I just went over how Turles is absolutely amazing, easily one of the best units in the game, and that is forever going to stand the test of time. Turles is all of that and more, but again, his banner is not the best. Now, I know this is probably not the smart thing to say, but again, Raditz is good, so is Deborah, so is Thouser, so is this Frieza. But again, you take a look at the rest of the units, they're not exactly the best. Mainly you, this Turles, this Goku, and all these other worthless SRs. And the reason that, again, major skip, is because it's a legendary summon banner, the rates are not exactly the best. In fact, you have a 5% featured rate, separated into 12 units. The odds are not in your favor. I mean, that's for sure. I mean, unless you're like the world's biggest Turles fan and he's the only unit you want to summon for, like you don't even care about the anniversary, you don't care about any other unit in game except Turles, then sure, go for it. You know, that's the only time I could say summon. But again, if you're just a regular free-to-play player, do not summon on this banner. It's better to wait till the anniversary for the 55 ticket multi, and then hope and pray you have a chance of pulling this LR Turles. So again, that's my recommendation for you. Of course, at the end of the day, you guys are the ones in charge of your stones. My only advice to you is wait till anniversary. Only get your legendary summon units either from the ticket multi now, which of course guarantees you an LR, or the New Year's step-ups, where again you spend, I believe, 200 stones and then you get a guaranteed LR in the 5th step. So again, that is usually where you want to pursue your LRs. So anyways, guys, that is going to do for today's video. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, if you even have any of these units. Again, especially if we're talking about Mira and Toa, they were pulled out of the banner pool a while back. Demigra, I think, is the only one that you can still pull off of just, you know, regular banners, but again, it has been a while since I've actually seen this guy, and I think they pulled him out of the normal banner pool as well, so they're probably going to have their own banner as well. Let's see if I can actually find it here before I decide to, you know, end the video. I think I should be able to find them. They came out, I think, with Gogeta Celebration, or if not, Golden, Angel Golden Frieza. Because I know they were before the Heroes units. Oh, here we go. Alright, so they had their own banner. It was one of these. It was the category summon banner. Again, do not summon on this. Absolutely no. This is a waste of your stones. I know that, you know, it's tempting now with their awakenings, but again, because they're now back into the normal banner pool, you're probably going to pull these guys during the anniversary banners or any other banners that you decide to summon on. So again, skip this. Do not summon on it. I know they might be tempting, but again, do not, you know, at all summon for them. So that is going to do for today's video, and I'll see you guys next time.